Hello, hello. How is everyone today? It is Thursday, so you know it's time for Money Talks with Mitchell Consulting. I am Lauren King Darden, and I am here to talk to you about all things business finance. So, today, this month, is all about peace, mental health awareness. It is about preserving your peace in business, and how do we do that? And I think I might be having a technical difficulty. Wait a minute. Hold up. And we're back. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. All right, we're good. Sorry, y'all. I had to make sure everything is good for y'all, but okay. So we are here to talk about all things business finance. The month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to ensure that you are finding peace of mind in your business this month. How do you find peace of mind? You need to identify the things that are stressing you out, and let's figure out how to work in, strategies or different ways that we can help you to tame that anxiety, to tame those issues. Okay. So this week, let's have a conversation. We're Mitchell Consulting is a financial company. Okay. We help small businesses with their bookkeeping, their accounting, and then scaling and try to get to the next level by using your numbers. Okay. And so we were having a conversation with one of our clients, and something they said was, every time I press the button to run payroll, it gives us anxiety. My heart skips a beat. My body temperature is rising. I feel anxiety right when I press that button, but then I remember that I have systems in place and things that we have gone through specifically so that we always have money in our payroll account. And I breathe and I press process. If this is you, we understand. Okay. If this is you are not alone. This is something that everyone feels. It could not only just be, paying payroll. It could be paying your office rent. It could be paying for anything else. It could be sending an invoice, maybe even, right? Like, I'm sending an invoice. Did I have all the right things on here? Is it the right price? Is it going to the right person? You have anxiety around some of those financial processes. And so today I wanted to give you just a couple of tips on how to create a nice streamlined financial processes so that you can kind of calm that anxiety. So you won't have anxiety every time you send an invoice or every time you process payroll or every time you pay a bill, because you have processes and systems in place that will ensure that money is where it needs to be. Okay. So let's start off with the first thing. What systems do you need to create? What are those systems going to be and what do they look like, right? So that's going to vary based on your business needs and what you have to do. You might not have payroll. You may have a product-based business that doesn't send invoices, but whatever you need, take the time to say, this is what I need for my business, and this is how I want my financial process to run every single time. Write it out literally on paper or talk to your Zoom and record it yourself doing it, screen record, whatever. Like, this is what I do every time I want the invoice to go out. This is how I want it to flow, right? Write that down. Then what you want to do once you have that system in place is figure out ways to automate that system, right? So at Mitchell Consulting, we send invoices, right? But to make things easy for our clients, we like to implement like auto pay or, auto sends, recurring invoices. I don't want to have to go into the system every single month and send X amount of invoices to all of our clients of differing amounts based on their contract. And, I don't have a good memory to say every time I send an invoice to this client, it's supposed to be this much. Like, I just don't have the brain capacity for that type of memory to memorize all of that stuff. Like, I can easily pull a report to see that, but it's hard, to remember. So you don't want to have to go through each contract every month and figure out how to send it. Set up a system, set up a way that can automate those processes that you set up, right? If it has to do with payroll, set up systems that allow you to put money where you need to, right? As a part of a system for Mitchell Consulting, we've implemented, and we stand for profit first. We always recommend that our clients use profit first. And so when you are implementing systems, consider a cash flow system. Like, your cash flow strategy is a system, like a process within your business. Every time money comes in, a certain amount goes to your payroll account, a certain amount goes to your operating expenses account. When you do this, every time you get paid, you're creating a system and automating that system. When you hit the button to run payroll, the money's there. You can breathe easy. Okay. So this is the impact that systems or processes can have on your business. So if you take the time, like literally take a step back and look at the big picture. How do I want my financial systems to run? What is causing me stress, and how do I get peace of mind through implementing these systems? Okay, so think about that. So I talked about automation, and the next step I want you to think about is, okay, I have written down and I know how I want my financial flows to work. Or now what I want you to think about is what software or online system will support that. For us at Mitchell Consulting, we are a QuickBooks company. We're QuickBooks here for the girlies, okay? QuickBooks girlies over here. If you use another system, that's fine, but just make sure that it has the functionalities to do what you want it to do. So, for example, if for me, I need to look at a budget to actual every month to ensure that my projects aren't going over budget, that I have the money to pay people in my business who are helping me to complete this contract. And I need to make sure that I'm looking at budget to actual on a monthly basis or a bi-monthly basis, or even maybe weekly, right? I know that QuickBooks has functionality to do budget to actual in an easier way. Then I'm going to use QuickBooks. I'm not going to get a system that doesn't support that. I'm not going to get a software that doesn't support the system that I have in place to give me peace of mind. So if budget to actual is what gives you peace of mind to know that you're not going to go over budget or you're not going to spend more than you're getting in for a project, then you need to ensure that whatever system you have on the back end is going to support that. Same with invoicing. We talked about invoicing earlier. If I'm saying that automating my invoicing to be recurring is what gives me peace of mind, then I need to ensure that I have a software that is going to support recurring invoices. So that would be, you need to just look at the functionality of each each subscription level or whatever in that software, and then make sure that it supports that. That will give you peace of mind, because then you'll be able to implement automations into your financial processes, ensuring that you get what you need from what you set up. Okay. So one, you're going to think of the systems that you put in place that will give you peace of mind. Two, you want to look for a software that supports those systems. And then three, the last thing, I want you to track your goals and monitor. Okay. So now that you have a software supporting your system, the software, when used correctly, will be able to give you reporting. It'll give you, metrics, and you can bake this into what you're doing. So if I need to know, okay, I have a project. We were talking about a project. I have to do project costing, right? I will get this amount from this project, but I need to pay people to do their jobs as a part of that project. I need to set clear goals. What are my goal target margins for each project? And am I managing that project well through hitting these goals or targets in the margin? So if I'm using my software to show me these things, the software will spit out reporting, it will spit out metrics, and it'll allow me to truly have peace of mind that what I've implemented as a system is working for me, because then I can track the progress. I can monitor how things are going, because I know that my systems are in place. The software supports the system, and now I'm be able to see the results that will allow me to have peace that I am managing everything the way it should be managed. So hopefully you understand the logic and how that brings you peace. But financial systems, software, monitoring, all of these things work together to get you to where you want to be. If you say that I have a goal of saving X amount of money because I want to invest that into something else that will allow me to bring more money into my business, putting these systems in place, having a software to support it, and then monitoring that will get you to the point that you need to be. So it's all about knowing where you want to go, creating goals, creating systems, getting it out of your head, and allowing what you are doing to get you to that next level of success. And hopefully, honey, that'll give you some peace of mind, because I know I don't want to feel anxiety every time I press the button to run payroll. I don't want to feel anxiety and having to go in and send invoices every month. That is time consuming. It might not be hard, but it can be really time consuming. And as an owner of a business, we don't have a lot of time. We don't always have the resources to do these things great. Like, you have resources to do what you do in your zone of genius. And then you have to spread yourself to do all these other things that you're maybe like mediocre good at. Like, I'm just okay at this thing, but I have to really pour into it to do the best for my business. And so it is so hard to have peace of mind in this thing that you're not good at. It is. It's difficult. It's just a part of business that's hard. And so while delegation and all of these things are happening, like, is ideal, if you can't do that, you need to figure out ways that will give you peace of mind until you can get it to the expert. And we'll talk about delegating to experts next week. But this week, I really, really want you to think about those things. Think about what is causing you stress within your finances. How do you create systems to kind of alleviate that stress, and then find ways to support that and track it? So I hope this week was very helpful to you. I am praying for your peace of mind in all things, especially your finances. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. You can also DM us. If you have any feedback, we take all the things. If you need help from us at all, DM us, please. We are here to help you. I hope you've gotten something from my money talk today, and I will see you next week. Bye.